Hi, my name is Ashlyn, and I'm on a journey to own a mortgage-free home in the next 5 years. I've been putting off filming this video because I'm not super excited about where we are with the house, and I will get into why. But before I do, I would love it if you would subscribe if you aren't already and like this video because it really helps my channel. So I started this YouTube channel about a year ago. In that year, I've seen a lot of growth in the amount of people that I have here on this channel. So I wanted to just kind of give a little summary of what the goal is and give a little bit more details about it, just because I've had quite a few questions and some confusion surrounding the whole 5 years to a paid off home goal. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Ashlyn. I am currently 25. I'll be 26 in like 2 months, which is crazy. But the goal is we want to own a mortgage-free home in the next 5 years by the time I'm 30, so in the next 4 years and 2 months. When I say we want to own a home, right now we are renting, we are not in a home, so we are currently saving our down payment. When I say a mortgage-free home, I don't mean we're never going to have a mortgage. We want to get into a home utilizing a mortgage, and we'll just pay that off as quickly as we can and have it done by the time I'm 30. If all goes according to plan anyway. And I will get into the numbers, but right now, the way things are looking, we have not been planning on purchasing a home in our home state where our families are. We are thinking it's more likely that we will be purchasing a home somewhere in the Midwest, probably, where home prices are much cheaper. We'll find a starter home that is probably under 100K, and we will get that paid off. So hopefully that makes it make a little bit more sense as far as how we're going to go about this goal and kind of what our plan is for doing that. So now for the update. In the first video that I made, I talked about what the goal was and how much we had already saved, and that number was $3,714. And we now have the grand total of, drum roll please, $9,056 saved. It's a little bit of a disappointing number, to be honest. We were well on our way to 20K a couple of months ago, but we made a bad decision in a car purchase that ended up being a total lemon, and we lost out on quite a bit of money with that. And then my husband's master's program ended up being more expensive than we were planning on because we didn't qualify for the amount of FAFSA that we were planning on being eligible for. And that's our bad on both of those things. We just weren't prepared for any big car issues, and we made a bad decision with that car. And then we also weren't prepared for the schooling, even though we knew it was going to be coming up. We just didn't quite have that money set aside. So we did have that money set aside, it just was in our house fund. So quite a few hiccups have knocked us back about a year's worth of effort, which is okay. It's frustrating and it's disappointing to have to share that low of a number after a whole year, but there are quite a few happy things that we did this year. Looking on the bright side, we paid for my husband's bachelor's degree. He graduated with his bachelor's, and we didn't take on any more debt, and we didn't even have to think about taking on any more debt. We have continued to learn about what works and what doesn't. We learned some very valuable lessons about car purchasing and what to look for, what the red flags are when it comes to car purchasing. So I feel like we're kind of more knowledgeable there. Still not an expert, but I probably will just avoid buying a car ever again. And yeah, the other positive is that it's only up from here, hopefully. I really hope it's only up from here. 4 years and 2 months is a very, very short time, but here is the plan moving forward. First up, we're going to pay for school out of pocket. We're not adding any more debt onto our plate, so our income just stays our income and is able to go towards our home and the things that we need to purchase and want to purchase in the future. We will probably be paying for school for the next 3 years, give or take 6 months from that, and it is pretty pricey. I won't lie about that. It's about $5,000 a semester, so that cost is pretty huge. We've set the new goal for ourselves of finding and applying for as many scholarships as humanly possible to help us kind of mitigate that cost, just because that is such a huge part of where our finances are going right now. Second, I say we just because we're a team, but we are working as hard as possible and being the best employees so that when raises do come around and are available, then my husband will hopefully be top of mind for those. So that is one big thing. If raises are an option, we always want to be somebody who is considered for that. So that is always at the forefront of his mind and my mind as well. Third, while he is doing that at work and working full-time, obviously, I am here with the kids, taking care of them, doing the grocery shopping, all of that. And I am also working on this YouTube channel. So I am going to be putting a lot more effort and energy into growing this channel and turning it into a side income as well. So if you're not already, I would love it if you would subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers, because that helps to monetize this channel and turn it into something that can make money. And lastly, we're keeping our expenses as low as possible. I've talked a lot about how we have gotten our rent to be under $1,000, how we spend much less on groceries, how we get the lowest price on insurance and phones, all of that. But we will be continuing to do that, to look at ways that we can save. And now that I am staying home, I'm going to be trying to make a lot more of the things we would purchase at the store here myself. It's more time consuming, but it should save us some money here and there, and those numbers add up. So that is kind of what we're looking at doing over the next 4 years to get into that house and meet this goal. So while meeting this goal, especially right now, is feeling really big and daunting, we are definitely not giving up. I'm still feeling very confident that we can reach this goal, especially with the trajectory of my husband's career. We are right at the tail end of his education, so it's only up from here. Big, impossible goals like this are always going to feel big and impossible, but we are putting in as much effort as we possibly can to reach it. Like I said, we have a little over 4 years left to meet this goal by this deadline that I've set. So I hope you will subscribe and join me on this journey, and I will see you again next week for another video. Bye!